Jordan, who was roommates with Tyler and his new girlfriend Brittany, was asleep after drinking with them just a few minutes earlier when he suddenly heard loud screams for help coming from their room. As soon as he opened the door, he saw Tyler lying in a pool of blood with Brittany trying to hold him upright as he kept passing out. In a state of immense panic, Jordan dialed 911, but deep down, he already knew what had happened.
Don't know what's going on. She's holding pressure on a wound on the back that she won't let anyone see, and I took this. I was waiting to make sure somebody else was here first.
So what happened?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I went to sleep. I don't know.
Why don't you go take a seat over there? Like Papa? Did you hear a gunshot? Huh?
No, I went to sleep.
You went to sleep?
Oh my God.
What's going on?
I woke my roommate, got a lot of blood on the floor.
Okay.
She woke me up like half an hour ago, 15 minutes ago. I'm not sure exactly, but I've been sleeping. I don't know exactly what happened.
Okay. So you woke up and saw this?
I heard a scream.
You heard a scream?
She woke me up.
Who woke you up?
My roommate's girlfriend. And he's bleeding from somewhere in his back. I didn't hear a noise. I don't know what exactly happened. Okay. But there's a lot of blood on the floor, and he's like in and out of consciousness.
So his girlfriend's, what's his girlfriend's name?
Brittany.
Brittany. So you heard Brittany scream.
Yeah, she yelled, Jordan, please help.
And your name is Jordan?
Yes.
Okay.
You went to sleep and what happened?
I went to sleep.
Okay, and then you woke up?
I woke up to this.
Okay, and what did you see? This? Just him laying on the floor? Bleeding?
Is he okay?
I have no idea what's going on.
Jordan, please help. You come out of your room. And then he just laying there on the ground.
She's holding him, laying on the ground.
She's holding him. Did you see anything around, like a knife, any type of weapon at all?
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a pistol, but I think I would have heard a shot.
There's a pistol?
I'm pretty sure.
Where's the pistol located?
I saw one on the floor when I came out of the room.
You saw a pistol on the floor when you came out of the room?
Yes.
Okay.
But not in the hallway, more just right in the living room out in the open. I know he has one, and I'm pretty sure she does, but I didn't hear any shots.
You didn't hear any gunshots?
I have no idea how exactly it happened.
Okay.
It's just,
Who is he to you?
That's my boyfriend.
That's your boyfriend? Who's that?
My roommate.
Your roommate? Okay. How long have you all been living together?
9 months.
9 months. How long have you known him for?
2 years.
2 years. So you known him for 2 years. You've been dating for how long?
9 months.
9 months.
Is he okay?
I have no idea. The medical staff is doing what they... All right, no, you can't go inside, okay?
At this point, officers had realized that there was something off about Brittany, as she continued to deny every question about the incident, even though she had shared a room with Tyler for 9 months. But this was nothing compared to what they'd get to know about Brittany as the case progressed.
So you were asleep. What made you get up? Did you hear something?
I don't know.
You just woke up?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know.
What time did you go to sleep?
I
Don't know. Okay. Were you aware at all he had a gun or no?
I have no idea.
No, okay. When you went to sleep, was he sleeping with you or was he still up?
I don't really know what the f is going on right now.
Can I get your first and last name? Like I said before, they're taking care of him. They're doing what they got to do with him.
Do you have his ID or anything like that?
I have to find it. What's going on?
They're taking him to the hospital
Why?
because
Is
he
he
was
okay?
bleeding.
What is going on? My dogs are in there.
Yeah, just leave them be for now, okay?
But you didn't hear any gunshots? Did you hear any fighting and nothing?
No. Unless something happened outside.
Yeah.
Like I was.
Are they known to be violent before? No past at all?
No, I've never had anything weird with them, and I've lived with them for about a year, and I've known.
All right, ma'am, you're gonna have to go downstairs.
Why?
Because I'm telling you, go downstairs.
You are not back in the house.
My dogs are in the house.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
We'll figure that out. Go downstairs.
Just for right now?
Yep.
Alright, well, we figure out what's going on with patient cuffs, okay? You didn't hear any gunshot, nothing like that?
I had the TV on quite quietly and half asleep, but I think I would have heard something unusual.
Yeah.
I'm a fisherman and live on a boat half the year. I'm used to weird noises making me upset.
Suspecting foul play, officers decided to keep both Brittany and Jordan from leaving the property, and a thorough investigation was conducted in the morning, which is when Jordan gave a crucial piece of information about Tyler's last sentences to him.
Do they have any problems? How's the relationship?
I mean, it's usually pretty good, but they definitely have their little issues here and there. The little bit I got out of them, like, I didn't see it, I don't know what happened, but I heard him say, that bitch shot me in the back.
When you were sitting inside watching TV, did you hear anything downstairs?
No. Everything was quiet until I heard her screaming. He was trying to move a little bit, just talked a little bit, but it was mostly you could just see it, and he would try to like move his head, and his head would just fall back, and I could see him try to open his eyes, but it was definitely not like he couldn't stand up on his own right feet or anything like that.
Where is she?
She was behind him, kind of like cradling him. Pretty sure he said that they shot me in the back.
Where was she when he said that?
Right there.
Was he still?
No, he did say one other thing. Is like when I first said, like, Tyler, what happened? What happened? He's like, just call 911.
Do you guys chat anything about her and relationship, how things were going?
I always thought it was pretty good overall. The little bit we talked about it, you know, he seems happy. It was for him. It was more like when I saw the unhappy Tyler. It was like long days at the boatyard full of fiberglass dust, and he was just not happy about his job, more or less. It never had anything to do with her.
Happy, like Tyler thinking like, this is the one I'm gonna marry this girl, or like, hey, this is fun for now kind of thing?
That's a tough one to answer because I've only ever seen him with one other girl, you know, so I don't, that's more of a, probably more like fun for now, but I have no idea.
Would you be willing to have us take a swab of your hand and check for gunshot residue? Keep working on that, we'll be right back. Sorry to have to tell you this, but Tyler's passed away. That's why it's important for us to figure out what happened. Okay?
No. What? I don't know what happened. I have no idea.
We don't know either. We're just showing up. We're trying to figure it out after the fact. Okay? We got a couple of questions. Before we start asking these questions, we have some stuff we have to read to you. I'm sure you've watched Law & Order or Dateline back in the day. Alright?
Tyler's not alive.
How much do you think you drank last night? 5 or 6 beers? Like 2 bottles of rum? I don't know, what's a lot?
A lot. Like, I don't know. I drank probably 4 seltzers, and then Tyler and Jordan went to the store and came back with beers, and so I can't tell you how many of those I had, really. Don't know, because they were kind of all on the table, and then I threw them all in the box, so that's really the last thing I remember is being, alright, I got it. Shot it off and laid down in bed, and Tyler laid down in bed with me. And the dogs were in bed with us.
What's the next thing that you remember?
Holding Tyler.
What?
Holding Tyler.
Holding Tyler? Where were you at?
In the kitchen.
Do you remember how you got to the kitchen? And where was Tyler?
Lying down.
Lying down? Okay. Do you remember how he was laying?
I was holding him.
Where was he bleeding from? Did he mention anything?
I started screaming.
Okay.
And I was screaming for Jordan to call 911.
Watch as Brittany gives a completely different statement to this officer than the one she gave to the female officer at night.
Where was...
Jordan was in his room.
Okay. Did Jordan come out of his room?
Yeah. I tried to hold
Okay.
him up.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to keep him awake.
And what's the next thing that happened after that? Did you walk away from Tyler at any point before the police showed up? Or were you holding on to him the whole time?
I was holding him.
Do you remember Tyler getting out of bed at any point last night? So you don't know how he got from bed to the living room? Huh?
No.
No? So you don't think you've shot the gun in 5 years?
Why?
Well, it's going to take some doctor's examination, but it looks like you might have been shot. I'm trying to figure out how that might have happened. When you were sleeping last night, did you hear any sounds, motion? Do you think you were intoxicated to the point that you don't remember, or?
I honestly don't even feel like this is real right now.
There's no pushing last night, shoving, punches, nothing that could have caused any other injuries to him. Jordan's saying that he remembers Tyler was on the ground, we were behind him, and Tyler made the statement, call 911, she just shot me. You remember that? Is there any reason why you might have said that? Do you think that's something that's possible? No? There's a fairly large gap in your memory. I'll tell you right now, the only story that we have points to you shooting.
I would never shoot him.
One thing that's going to help us try to figure out what happened is you let us take swabs of your hands. Would you be willing to consent to us taking a swab of your hands?
I don't think so. I have blood all over my hands. I don't know. Like, you guys maybe know. I have Tyler's blood all over me.
Do you have your phone down here somewhere, or is it still
I
upstairs?
don't know. As far as I know, I plugged it in. I went to sleep. Is Tyler alive?
Say again?
Is Tyler alive?
Brittany, we told you he's passed. No, he's dead. He died. I told you that 3 times now. You don't believe me?
What's going to happen from here?
You tell me, Brittany. We're trying to figure everything out.
I'm trying to figure everything out too.
Okay. There was a gap, that you're not telling us.
I don't know what's going on.
And now, suddenly, Brittany started remembering that Tyler was trying to choke her when she went to bed. After telling the officers for the nth time that she couldn't recall anything, she possessed every sign of a compulsive liar and a master manipulator.
Okay, what do you remember?
He was straight.
Say again?
He was straight. Me.
Okay. Okay.
Why?
Okay. All right. Oh. All right, what do you remember, Brittany?
He was trying to strangle me.
Okay.
I don't know why. But he was really trying to kill me.
Okay.
I don't know why. Like, I don't know why you would do that.
Okay, hang on. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Okay. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. All right. Where did all that take place at?
In the bed.
In the bed?
He was strangling me. And then he pushed me up against a wall. Like, I was just like trying to get him off of me, and I think I hit him. He tried to get up and get away, and then he grabbed me. I remember he grabbed me by my throat again, and he pinned me up against the wall. I don't know. I don't know what started. I don't know.
Okay. Well, what do you remember?
Him strangling me. Like he was trying to fucking kill me. Like, get my esophagus and everything.
Can I just take a look at your neck? Okay.
Up here. Everything. I remember it. The wall.
Okay.
Because I
Can I
think
just take a look at this side of your neck?
I have no idea. I don't know. I just know that I remember not being able to fucking breathe. And
Okay.
he was like crushing my esophagus.
Alright. And where was he?
Like on his side of the bed, but like up. And like my dad did this to me when I was little, and I think it made me freak out a little bit, and probably I started swinging. I don't know, but he held me up by my throat.
You say held you up like off the ground?
Yeah, like
Okay.
you know, I don't know why. I don't know why. We had everything. Like,
How did you escape?
I don't know.
He had you with his hand around your neck up against the wall.
I don't know why you would do that.
What's the next thing that you remember after that?
I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Do you remember how you guys got from the bedroom to the living room?
No. I remember screaming and like trying to scream, and he just kept trying to strangle me.
Okay. Was the gun on the nightstand at this point?
I don't know. It stays there. I don't know.
Do you remember how you got out of that situation?
No.
And what's the next thing that you remember after being up against the wall?
The fake tears weren't going to help her at all now, because her lies weren't even slightly convincing.
Do you think it's possible in that fight, when he's trying to strangle you, that you might have picked up that gun?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm not a fucking murderer. I would never kill him. I love him so much.
Well, it seems at this point you're trying to describe protecting yourself.
I don't even know why we were fighting. I don't understand why. I don't.
Well, it makes some sense is if he had just quit his job, I can see how that would be pretty stressful.
No, he's not a bad person. No. Absolutely not. No.
Meaning more that now.
Tyler has faults, but he's not a bad person at all. Absolutely.
I'm not saying he's a bad person.
Just
He said
income
he was
issue.
in a job that he wasn't really liking,
I don't.
and he quit to try to find something else. But right now, nothing else is lined up. And
He's fine.
rent is, what, $3,600 a month? Well, that's a lot of stress to not know how you're going to pay next month's rent. Do you remember anything else in the kitchen?
This is Tyler's. Am I going to jail?
What are you gonna go to jail for?
I don't know, Mike. I don't understand. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know anything.
Why would you say? Are you going to jail? Why would you say that?
Because you're here.
We're investigators. We're investigating something.
I don't know. I've never been investigated for anything before.
Nothing?
I don't
Okay.
know words.
All right. Never seen like those cop shows or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Huh?
I don't understand any of this.
You said that it was getting hard to breathe when he was choking you?
I don't understand why any of this is happening. Like, I don't understand why any of this is happening.
I don't know.
I would never want to hurt him, ever. I don't know. Like, I don't know if I did. I don't remember. I remember holding him and kissing him. And he was just bleeding out.
Because I'll tell you, if I'm in a fight for my life and I can reach over and grab a gun on a nightstand,
I would never shoot a person. I would never kill, like...
well, it's a pretty good way to scare somebody off, even just holding it, grabbing it. You felt him squeezing over and over again, or did you get away and then he grabbed you again over and over again?
Well, I have to get away from him is the thing. Like, he's the most kind person.
Well, not at this moment, and it seems like crazy, violent encounter. I mean, obviously it's scary.
If she really loved Tyler, she would have willingly surrendered when the police first walked in. But here she is, creating drama after drama.
No, he kept screaming at me, saying things that, like, weren't making sense. Like, calling me, like, you slut, and saying that, like, he was gonna teach me a lesson, and that, like, just shit that made no sense at all. And he was just like, look at what you're doing to me. And I was like I'm not doing anything at all.
It seems like what you're describing is flipping a switch that's not him.
It's not.
Almost a different person that you're dealing with at that point.
It's not. It's fucking scary.
Well, at that point, it's perfectly understandable. If someone reaches over that nightstand and grabs that self-defense gun that they have.
I can't see myself really doing that, like, you know.
How else do you think it might have gotten away?
Say that again?
Do you think I'm a murderer?
I don't think you're anything. We're just trying to figure out everything that happened and piece it all together. I mean, we have your bedroom incident. You fight or flight. You're scared. You said you left the room. Now we need to know this part from there to you holding Tyler. You have no idea.
We don't want you to make up anything.
But what happens to me? Like, do I go on trial, or do I? What happens?
You're gonna have to go to a judge and a jury to try to piece together the other part.
Then what? How does this end regardless? Like, do I go and sit in jail?
Well, we have to do our investigation and find out who did this to him. But I'm going to be 100% honest with you. At this point, it looks like you did.
So then what? Like, I sit in jail awaiting a trial for murder.
Well, if you can tell us exactly what happened leading up to, maybe there's something that we can do for you. Maybe we can talk to someone for you.
What's that?
The dogs.
Yeah, we're gonna be going up there in a minute. Just need you to stand up for right now. Turn around for me. At this point, you're under arrest. All right, I'll meet you down there.
Later, one of the officers called Tyler's friends to understand more about his relationship with Brittany, and they revealed a heartbreaking fact that Tyler had been suffering from both mental and physical abuse by Brittany.
And we were all sitting by the pool having a good time. It was really like the first time I actually got to meet her and talk to her. I could have sworn she told me that, oh, my dad's selling the property. And my buddy, like a week or two before, he was all excited to go hunting. My buddy, meaning Tyler, sorry. And I was talking to him in the front seat. She's passed out in the back seat. And I said, oh, Tyler, that sucks. Her dad's selling the property. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, I was talking to her at the pool. She said her dad's selling the property. And he says, he reaches in the back seat and says, hey, babe, is your dad selling the property? And without hesitation, she throws a fucking left-hand hook and punches him in the face. And she says, don't ever fucking talk about my dad. And she has no idea what we're talking about. We're not talking bad about the dad. It was like, what the fuck? I got scared because I'm doing 55 mile an hour and she's throwing hooks. I thought she was going to punch me. Like, Jesus Christ. She threw all of his shit, like either from in the house or on the porch, into the fucking neighbors. Sorry for cussing. I just all worked up.
Sure, that's all right.
But, yeah, she threw all of his stuff. They got in a big fight. I'm like, Tyler, what are you doing, dude? Like, she's got to go. And the sad thing is, Tyler, he hadn't had a girlfriend in a really long time. He's been lonely. I get where he's coming from, where he felt like maybe, he had to help her, or I don't know. I heard after she shot him, the cops, they put her downstairs, put her in the corner, they put the roommate in the other corner, and what does she do? She passes out on the fucking beanbag chair. Like, how are you gonna fucking shoot someone in the back and just pass out? Like, you're fucked up.
Brittany lost her last relationship over drama. That's what I call it. I call it drama. Craziness. Everybody has that, but it's just her drama and the involvement in her drinking. And we all thought, because her ex-boyfriend before Tyler, he drinks. So we thought that he brought out the worst in Brittany from drinking, but it was really just her drinking in general. But over at American Rock Bar, she was like scratching and slapping Tyler, and everybody felt very uncomfortable about the situation. She broke a bunch of stuff in the house. She wrecked the house, and she beat Tyler up pretty bad that night. And this is all over the Chris Jaffe thing. Tyler started blaming himself for it, and then that's where I kind of stepped in. I was like, Tyler, I was like, you're not in the wrong here. And he was like, I should have never met up with Jaffe. He loved her. He was obsessed with her. She just used to go crazy, dude. Like, she would just throw her arms, like beating him up. She's beat him up a few times. That's the thing. And he kind of just used to take it.
We were walking in the parking lot area, and she ran and jumped on his back being playful, trying to jump on him, but he almost fell because, you know, we didn't know it was coming. She was like a raging bull, like went and jumped on him. He almost fell over and was like, oh, come on, Britt, remember, you know, you did that before and you almost, you know, I fell on my face or something. And then she got really pissed off and was like, you're a fucking faggot, excuse my language. And she was punching him in the arm and calling him a faggot and saying, come on, you can't like pick me up and stuff. And I was like, oh, I was trying to make it funny because it was uncomfortable. I was like, oh, everyone's gay in Key West, so we're fine. You know, like she's just messed up and I didn't like her for Tyler. I was like, he's not a fucked up person. He's not mean, you know, he's so good to her. And I just didn't like the way she like treated him and was so messed up and what was going on with her. So,
when she was punching at him, was it like weak punches, playful, or do you think she was like trying to hurt him?
I think it was like she was definitely aggressive and being intoxicated and punching him in the arm, like really like pissed off. And she's got like that brute strength. She's not like a little weak girl, is like how I had in my mind. You know, she paddleboards and stuff. She's got like a strong hook. So I remember her punching him in the arm and being like, okay, like trying to make it like a joke and just take away from like, you don't have to beat up on him, like he just picked us up.
According to other friends, Brittany took advantage of Tyler's love for her and used to humiliate him whenever she got the chance by beating him up in public. He had recently left his job to find a better one, hoping to build a better life for both of them. Little did he know that all of his efforts to help her were leading him to his own demise. She was charged with murder without premeditation. As of now, no further information has been released by the court or the police department regarding the case. YouTube thinks you'll love the video on screen. Click to watch now.